Okay, so the world of AI helping us create, I mean, especially writing stories or generating these incredible images, it feels like it's changing so fast.
Yeah, light speed,
Yeah.
practically. It's really exciting, but
Could
honestly,
be pretty overwhelming.
exactly. For anyone just trying to figure out how to actually use these tools, well, it's a lot.
Totally. There's just so much out there, so many different tools, and finding a practical starting point, one that lets you get hands-on without just drowning.
That's a major hurdle, absolutely.
Right. And that's precisely why we're doing this deep dive today. We found a specific resource that looks like a really direct path into collaborating creatively with AI.
Okay.
So our source material for this is the description and all the details from a Coursera guided project. It's called ChatGPT for Beginners, Sci-Fi Writing with DALL.
Ah, interesting. So instead of just talking about using AI creatively, we're actually looking at something designed to get you doing it, step by step.
Exactly. So our mission for you today really is to unpack what this specific project offers, what its structure, its focus kind of reveals about the important skills for beginners right now.
And maybe why this kind of focused, hands-on approach could be a good shortcut, to understanding the possibilities without getting totally swamped.
Precisely. Let's unpack this Coursera project.
Okay, so what strikes me right away, just from the title, is how it frames the interaction. It's not using ChatGPT, it's sci-fi writing with DALL-E and ChatGPT.
Right, with it positions the AI differently, doesn't it?
Yeah, not just as a tool you operate, but more like a collaborator you work alongside.
And the project description definitely backs that up. It says you'll be, and I'm quoting here, co-writing a sci-fi inspired story and generating images to bring the story to life.
Co-writing. So it puts you, the human, firmly in the driver's seat, right?
Yep.
Directing these AI partners.
Exactly. You're the director.
And the core skill they seem to emphasize, right from that description. It isn't super deep technical stuff. It's more about um, effective communication with the models,
They describe it as learning to craft succinct yet fruitful prompts.
which is basically prompt engineering.
Yeah, learning how to talk to the AI to get what you actually want. Seems simple, maybe, but getting it right is so crucial.
And this project focuses on giving you that practical experience. It also mentions learning to leverage ChatGPT's own structure.
Oh yeah, the sessions, chats, threads,
Yeah,
using those to help organize your creative process. That sounds like a really smart, practical workflow tip.
definitely. And then for the DALL-E side, the visual part, it talks about understanding the mechanics of DALL-E, how to guide it towards the aesthetic you want.
So it's about getting past just generic images.
Right, moving towards creating visuals that really match your story's vision. Again, through careful prompting, iterating that interaction.
Okay, so you're not just ending up with a story and some pictures, you're actually gaining these fundamental interaction skills. Skills you could probably use with other tools too.
Yeah, the source lists things like creativity, editing, storytelling,
Mm.
obviously prompt engineering, ideation, even storyboarding. It's a really practical bundle,
A good starter kit for anyone looking to get into this space.
which kind of leads us to who this project is actually for.
Yeah, the source material is super clear on that. It's aimed right at beginners.
Like recommended experience is just familiarity with text editors. That's it.
It says it's designed for anyone interested in exploring the capabilities of cutting-edge AI technology who just has basic computer skills.
And that beginner focus seems core to its value, that whole shortcut idea we mentioned. It explicitly states you don't need any prior AI knowledge, no coding.
None of that. And the format really doubles down on making it accessible. It's all online, run in a cloud workspace.
Which means no downloads, no installs, you just log in and go.
That seems like a big deal for beginners, removing that friction.
Totally. That design choice, the cloud workspace, the split screen thing where you see the instructor video right next to where you're working,
Yeah.
feels like a deliberate teaching strategy.
Yeah, it lets you focus purely on the interaction, on the creative part, without wrestling with setup.
Right. Get straight to the doing.
The duration is interesting too. It's listed as a 1 hour long project-based course, but then it also says 2 hours, learn at your own pace.
Huh. So maybe the core activity is quick, but you get extra time built in for playing around, experimenting within that guided structure.
Could be. Either way, getting hands-on with both ChatGPT and DALL-E in potentially just an hour or two, that sounds incredibly efficient.
Yeah, really efficient. And that seems to resonate. The source mentions learner reviews, calling it very informative and helpful, appreciating the good overview and the tips.
And it has a 4.5-star rating from, what, over 400 reviews. So that suggests this focused, quick approach is actually working for a lot of people.
It really leans into that learning by doing model, but with an instructor guiding you step by step. You're applying the skills as you build something concrete.
Right. Now, there was one practical note in the source material about DALL-E credits.
Yeah, the update. DALL-E 2 doesn't offer those free introductory credits anymore.
Right. But the source points out you can still pay for credits, or there are free alternatives like Bing Image Creator or Stable Diffusion.
And crucially, it notes that the prompting methods you learn in the project,
Yeah,
those skills are still valuable, whichever image generator you end up using.
that's a really important point, actually. It highlights how learning these AI tools work sometimes. The specific platform might change.
But that fundamental skill, how to communicate effectively, how to guide the AI towards what you want that's portable, that underlying principle is what this project seems to teach.
Exactly. So if you look at the bigger picture here, a guided project like this, what it's really designed to do is take a complex idea, using multiple AI models together for creative work.
Yeah, which can sound really intimidating.
Totally. And it breaks it down into these immediately actionable steps. It gives you the structure, the specific techniques like certain prompt types or how to organize your chats.
And it removes those technical barriers we talked about. Just makes that initial leap feel much less daunting for someone new to it all.
So instead of just like reading articles about AI creativity or watching general overview videos,
You're actually sitting down and doing it. You're co-creating. Experiencing firsthand how tweaking a prompt in ChatGPT shapes the story, or how you refine an image idea in DALL-E through iteration.
yeah, you feel it working.
And the end goal isn't necessarily just a perfectly finished story fragment or a few amazing images, though that's part of it. It's more about building that initial confidence, understanding the patterns of interaction.
Which lines up with why people look for these kinds of guided projects, right? For applying skills directly, learning efficiently, getting practical experience they can build on. So yeah, for someone who's curious about what you can actually do with ChatGPT and DALL-E together, specifically in a creative context like writing, this kind of focused, hands-on project seems like a really effective way to just jump in.
Jump in and start doing, rather than just observing or reading about it. It's designed, it seems, to minimize that intimidation factor and just maximize the immediate practical experience.
A direct path to that aha moment, maybe. Seeing AI creative collaboration actually happen.
I think so, yeah.
Okay, so let's recap then. We've explored this specific Coursera-guided project, the one focusing on combining ChatGPT and DALL-E for sci-fi writing and image generation.
And we've sort of analyzed what its design tells us about learning these AI creative skills today, like the value of thinking of AI as a collaborator.
Right, not just a tool.
Yeah.
And the absolute centrality of prompt engineering, but also organizing your workflow.
Yeah, and the effectiveness of this kind of hands-on, short-duration, really beginner-friendly format where they remove the technical hurdles.
Plus, the idea that the core interaction skills you learn are portable, even if the specific tools change.
Speed, flexibility, applying skills, those seem to be the key takeaways highlighted by learners too.
Okay, so thinking about this project, which is all about you co-creating something with AI, it does raise a bigger question, doesn't it?
Like, where's this heading?
Exactly. As AI becomes a more capable partner in creative work, writing, art, music, whatever, what does that actually mean for our role, the human creator's role?
Are we becoming something different? Maybe more like a conductor leading the AI orchestra, or an editor refining its output, or, I don't know, something entirely new.
Yeah, what does that collaboration with an artificial intelligence really feel like? And maybe more personally for you listening, where do you see the boundary?
Between your creativity and what the machine contributes.
That's definitely something to think about as these tools become more and more integrated into creative processes. Where does the human spark fit in?